All right. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining today's webinar. I'm going to wait a couple minutes because I still see attendees joining. So we'll hang tight for a bit before we start the presentation. All right, well, it looks like our attendance has leveled off. I can't see any additional attendees joining. So again, welcome everybody. I am Andrew Albers, an account executive here at CDI, and I will be guiding you through today's webinar. Today, we're going to talk about how to simplify your team's project with Laserfiche. If you have any questions throughout the presentation, please utilize the chat box. Put the questions there, and I will try to get to them towards the end of the presentation. All right, so today's agenda, leveraging Laserfiche to simplify projects. Successful project completion requires many moving parts. You need excellent task management, communication, and project tracking. With Laserfiche, you can help your team communicate and complete projects more effectively and efficiently. Specifically, by leveraging Laserfiche Forms, workflow, and our CRM integrations, you can easily send meeting follow-ups, assign tasks, and view the project history in both Laserfiche and your CRM. So during the live demonstration, I will show how to complete meeting notes in Laserfiche Forms and save a record to the Laserfiche client folder, kick off email notifications to other team members if necessary as part of this project, and create cases within the CRM, all from a single Laserfiche form. So what's required to make this work? Well, essentially, Laserfiche Avante, Rio, and subscriptions are the three platforms. If you're on one of the older legacy platforms, please do reach out to us to talk about getting you upgraded. In regards to Laserfiche components, you do need Laserfiche Workflow, Web Access, and Forms Professional. Laserfiche Workflow is included across the board in Avante, Rio, and subscription. Web Access is included in Avante, Rio, and subscription, but on Avante, it's included in the later licensing models. In some of the earlier licensing models, Web Access was an optional add-on, so please do talk to us regarding your specific licensing situation for Web Access. And then Forms Professional. Forms Professional is an add-on to all the platforms, to Avante, Rio, and subscription. And the additional component required is our CRM integrations. So we have quite a few available, specifically for Microsoft Dynamics, which is what we use internally here at CDI and what I'll be showing today. But we also have an integration with Salesforce, Salentica, Redtail, and Tamarack. Okay, so let's get right into the live demonstration here for you. All right, so we're going to start this process off by showing off our CDI internal dashboard. This is something that we've built upon the Laserfiche Forms platform. And this is something we use internally for a variety of tasks across many of our departments. So our consulting team has their own set of forms that they can submit depending on their daily tasks. We also have IT forms. Forms has their own, or support has their own forms, as well as our department, which is the sales department. This is something that I'll be focusing on today. However, the point here is that we have a lot of experience building various forms because we heavily utilize the product internally. So we can definitely assist you building out any of your Laserfiche forms that you may be looking to implement. Some of these forms here do make our life very easy as far as being a salesperson. So we can definitely start off project quotes directly from a Laserfiche form rather than a manual process. We can also submit our orders directly through a Laserfiche form, streamlining that process as well. However, today we're going to focus on the account meetings and appointment recaps form. This is something that our sales team does after any engagement with a client, whether it's a live in-person meeting or a phone meeting or a webinar or GoToMeeting type event. So after that, when that salesperson is ready to submit this form, they can simply click the link here, and they are presented with our form that we filled for this specific task. So here we have a variety of fields that we can select. We can select our employee name. We have a drop-down list of various employees. We can select the client or prospect that we had a meeting with. So we'll just select the client in this case. And then here we have another drop-down for our client. So for our demo here, we're going to select Cities Digital. The appointment type here, so again, there's various appointment types, and depending on the appointment type that you select, the form dynamically changes. So for our demonstration today, we're going to show the account management meeting form. So as you can see, dynamically presented us with more fields that need to be collected before this process gets kicked off. So further fields that need to be filled in is whether this was an on-site meeting. We can toggle yes, and who the attendees were. So we can just simply put in the names of the attendees here. When the meeting took place, we have a drop-down calendar here. So we'll pretend we had this meeting yesterday. We can put in our times here. So let's say we started the meeting at 9 a.m. and we went till 10 a.m. And here are additional meeting notes. So here is where we're documenting our project. So all of this information is going to be collected and imported both into Laserfiche and into the CRM. So here we can put in our documentation for the specific project, specific meeting we just had. What concerns, complaints did you locate at this account? No, none. Everything is great. So we can go ahead and input that here. And you will notice I'm just filling out the required fields. So all of the required fields are the ones with an asterisk. All right, so what compliments did we get? Well, CEI is awesome. All right, what new projects did you uncover in this account? So essentially here, what we can do is start moving the project forward with specific follow-ups. So in this case, we'll just say that HR is looking to implement additional forms through Laserfiche. And if we want to go ahead and start an actual quote for these services, we can kick that off directly here, which will open up another Laserfiche form and kick off a whole new process to get that quote generated and approved. All right, and additionally, we can fill in our follow-up tasks here. So just put the follow-up for to generate a quote, forms, services. Additionally, and this is another interesting piece here, which ties into our CRM integration, is we can create a support case from this form, push that data to the CRM, and notify the support team of a support task that needs to be taken action across. So in our case here, just select yes, and who should they reach out to? Let's just go with Bob. Title of the case, maybe they have a new user that they need help setting up. And here the issue is help set up a new user. So this will create a new case in our CRM for support to be able to be notified and take action on this specific case. And then any follow-up tasks as well for our team here. So we can go ahead and have additional team members be involved in this project. So for example, somebody needs to generate a quote. And we can put in a due date here. Maybe we'll put it a week out. And the system can also send them an Outlook or a calendar invite to be directly involved in that process and be notified of this task and when it needs to get completed. Any additional tasks can be added here for additional team members, and those team members do get notified with an email notification. All right. Additionally, we can select further team members that we want to notify on additional follow-up tasks. So we have a drop-down list of our employees. So I'm just going to toggle myself. And as next steps, we can generate quote and review forms process. Okay, we can now hit submit, and Laserfiche workflow now takes over. So a couple different things are going to happen behind the scenes. There's going to be an email notification sent to the appropriate parties that are part of this project. Also, our CRM is going to be updated. So I'll quickly hit refresh here. We'll go back, let that update. We'll go back to that in a bit here. The additional thing that's going to happen is our Laserfiche repository is going to be updated under the specific client in their specific client folder. So if I go to my Laserfiche system here under this Cities Digital Texas client, if I refresh my repository here, I will see that a new meeting recap note has been put in here. So we can go ahead and open this up from within our Laserfiche interface. You'll notice that the indexing information has been populated from this form. So the template has been correctly assigned, as well as the indexing information has been populated for us here. Now, this is useful because obviously now you have a record in Laserfiche of this particular meeting. So anybody doing a search under this client can go in here and see all of the recaps for all of the meetings, all of the projects that are happening with this client. So again, here we have the notes of everything that's been submitted in our form. So we can see all the pertinent information, as well as the project documentation notes, as well as any follow-up items here are stored within our Laserfiche repository. All right, so that's the Laserfiche interface. Now, if we go into our CRM here, a couple things have happened here. So we have our action history. So anybody going into our CRM under this specific client can have notes as far as what happened. So we can see there is a quote for services that needs to be completed. So once that's completed, we can hit complete, and that can be completed as a task and within the CRM. Additionally, we have the recap of that meeting. So we can see a note here for that as well. And then also any follow-up here that's required for this project is also stored in our CRM activities we can monitor. Additionally, our case got created here. This is the support case we created when we filled out that form. So you can see what the integration did. It populated this form for a new request for a support ticket, essentially, and put in our notes of what's required into the description. And also, at the same time, it's notifying our support team of this new case to be taken an action on, and everything is documented within our CRM. So this is one way of leveraging our CRM integration, is pushing data from Laserfiche form into the CRM. But we can also go the other way. We can pull data from the CRM into Laserfiche and put that data within the Laserfiche template into the metadata if required. We can also present the Laserfiche repository view into the CRM. So when you're under a specific client and within your CRM, you can go ahead and view all of the documents that pertain to that client within your CRM system. So we can embed an iframe into your CRM. So that's essentially the integration. There's other tools we can, leverage to streamline your processes, but at a higher level, we can, like I said, we can populate your CRM from within Laserfiche, and then also we can pull from the CRM into Laserfiche as well. All right, so I don't see any questions, and that is essentially everything I have to show you today in regards to this specific process. If you do have any questions, please put them in the chat box. If not, I will put up a couple additional slides here for you. So here is our resources. So our CDI website is listed here, as well as our YouTube channel. Our YouTube channel is an excellent library of Laserfiche content. All of our past webinars are hosted there as well. A lot of how-to guides on how to build forms, how to do specific things and automations within Laserfiche is available there. So please do utilize our YouTube channel. My contact info is here if you do want to discuss your specific forms process, if you'd like a quote on some of the software that's required, some of these integrations, do feel free to reach out to me. As well as we have our contact information here for the various departments within CDI that can help you. All right, well, thank you all very much. I don't see any questions, so we do appreciate you joining today. And again, if you do think of anything, please feel free to reach out and let us know how we can help you. So thanks again, and have a great day.